Hello everybody, welcome to the next series of the video about gravity forms in WordPress. I'm Sina, your host, and together we're going to learn about these items in the gravity forms and what field is actually right for me. Okay, let's get started. As the first item in the previous video, we have decided and talked about the single line text item, and we did some dynamic input for it. We created a radio button and added a conditional logic to show the name input when the user selects HR. Let's just see a preview of it. In this item, because I haven't selected anything yet, the name is not showing, but if I choose the HR and only in HR, the name input shows right here. Okay, let's keep moving to the other items. The paragraph text is suitable for inputs that are more than 255 characters. For example, address, description, text, resume, and stuff like this. You can use this paragraph text and you can name it, for example, about me. Let's just make it right. And in here, user can put a lot of text here, and as you previously saw in this item, you can add a description here, populate its value dynamically based on, for example, user's metadata or user's social media and everything you choose. You can put a limitation to the input characters, make it required, make it not duplicated value, and unique. And in the advanced menu, you can put a placeholder. For example, my name is Sina. I have studied Master of Science in IT field, and so on. So users knows what to put in this field. Field label visibility is hidden or actually visible. It is best to make it visible because in the mobile field it's easy to just complete it. Custom validation message is something you put to show a custom error if it is empty and required and user have submitted. Custom class, we do not use a custom class here. And a useful item here is this. Let me just show before the edit. As you can see, the placeholder, the label required, and everything. This field by default is very much big. It is really big. You can put it in the row and you can just add 4 columns by default, and we'll learn to how to customize it and add more stuff here. But by default you can add 4, and as you can see, it is still, let me just make it visible, it is still very much big. So you can simply reduce its size and keep the limitation of the character. You can also put a lot of data here, but by default its size is small. It is a very much useful item. In the coding example, you should write a lot of code given width and height, but here you can choose it between 3 items here. In the advanced, you can assign an admin field label. The default value, for example, resume goes here, or whatever you want. If you want to have the default value, make it hidden or visible. Use the rich text editor. It is very much useful. User could do some stuff like creating bold text here and assign a direction, a link, and whatever you want. It is very, very much useful. They can use a heading and lots of default values here. As you know, in the HTML basics, you can use 6 levels of headings which are available with this tag here. Like H1 is the largest one, for example, Sina. It is not affecting because I'm writing in the text box, it's not a code, but this is exactly what happens when you choose this heading 1. As you can see, it is getting bigger. Heading 2 is a little smaller. They have their default value of font size, and in the SEO it is very important to use all of them and not repetitively. It is just H1 for the first main title, H2 for subtitle, H3, and it goes till the H6. This is what makes these options available with this just checkbox. Allow fields to be populated dynamically is the item that we discussed earlier in the previous video. You can pass the data. For example, I'm assigning a name about. My name is Sina and I am 29. Now it is nothing is going to happen because we haven't assigned about yet. Okay, I'm going to use about here as the parameter name to allow my field to be populated dynamically. So if I refresh this page, this text here will go just right here. Let's try it. It's done. You can use this feature to pass data between pages. For example, you can pass this value or this name, for example, whatever goes here, on submit to another form to use the data by passing the URL between lots of forms. And you can create a hidden form to just pass and save this name to use in the future in the statistics and analytics. Okay, this is one item remaining about conditional logic. As you have seen previously in this name field, you can set a condition to show or hide a field, for example, when a division is HR as the name field. Now by default there's nothing shown here. If I choose IT or management, nothing going to happen, but when I choose HR, the fields are going to be visible. The point is here, our name field is required, but what if I choose IT as it is required and I have not given any value? Why it is going to submit like this? Because when you use a conditional logic here, Gravity Form knows that this field's required condition is not met, so it is removing the tag required and it is submittable. But if you do not set a conditional logic, let's just remove it, and if you submit the form without entering the value for it, you're getting a big red error that shows you have to choose a complete value for the default, actually for the chosen item here. Let's just try it. And one more item about these fields, they get a auto incremented ID. The first item that you have drag and dropped was the name, so it goes by the ID of 1. The second, I guess, I've deleted the second one. The third is here and fourth is here. So your field, let's just remove this. The field that you have here will get an ID created from the form name, form ID, and the field ID. In this case, this field goes by ID of input underline 6 underline 1. 6 is the ID of form. Each form in Gravity Forms gets an ID, and the 1 is the ID of the field actually. So it is going to be the input underline 6 underline 3 because it is the third input that has been added to the form of the form number 6 with type of field. So you can check your ID of the form ID here in the Gravity Form menu to make sure that it is exactly as I told. The ID also goes here. You can just simply use it here or see in the list of the IDs and forms. So it is the second video of the creating a simple HRM with the Gravity Forms. In the next video we're going to talk about the features of the settings in the Gravity Forms. Follow and subscribe our channel to see more videos about the tricks of Gravity Forms and how to create an human resource management with a simple plugin. Thank you for your watching.